Hello, welcome back to Learn Oikonomia. In this video, we are going to look into the budget multiplier, its determination and derivation. Since it's a bit a lengthy topic, what I've done is that I have divided this into different segments. So in this segment, we'll be looking into the first part. Let's get started. As per Keynes, any increase in autonomous expenditure will have a multiplier effect. So government expenditure, like in the case of autonomous investment, has got a multiplier effect. For example, for a change in government expenditure, we have to see that delta y is equal to 1 by 1 minus b delta g, or delta y by delta g is equal to 1 by 1 minus b. Here delta y is equal to the change in income, uh, where 1 minus b, we can see that 1 minus MPC, b represents MPC, or the marginal propensity to consume, and delta G is equal to change in government expenditure. Okay. Another policy control element of autonomous expenditure is tax, which is used to finance government expenditure. Although taxes depend on income or its change, since government expenditure is financed largely by taxes, the two variables, that is the government expenditure and taxes, are considered together while assessing the effect of government expenditure on income. For change in taxes, we have delta y bar is equal to 1 by 1 minus b into minus b delta t, or delta y by delta t is equal to minus b by 1 minus b. A 1 rupee increase in government expenditure has the same effect on equilibrium income as a 1 rupee increase in the case of income. Sorry, here I mean investment. Okay. Uh, each implies a 1 rupee increase in autonomous expenditure. So each has multiplier effect. In each case, the initial increase in income generates induced increase in consumption through multiplier. The effect of an increase in government expenditure can have so this is actually shown exactly in the same way as we have shown the effect of an increase in investment. The consumption plus investment plus government expenditure schedule, I mean the C plus I plus G0 schedule, will shift upward to C plus I plus G1. Here, since there is an increase in the government expenditure, the schedule has been shifted to C plus I plus G1, where G1 is equal to initial government expenditure plus change in government expenditure. If delta G is equal to delta I, delta Y will be same, because delta Y is equal to 1 by 1 minus B into delta G. That is equal to 1 by 1 minus B into delta I, which is this means that the investment multiplier and government expenditure multiplier are equal. In this case, the investment plus government expenditure, the schedule will shift upward from I0 G0 to I0 G1. After all, both I and G are injections to the circular flow of income. Since taxes, like in the case of savings, are a leakage from circular flow of income, we see from equation 2.8 that the effect of an increase in taxes is in the opposite direction of those of increased government expenditure or investment. An increase in taxes affects consumption spending by reducing disposable income, that is y minus t. When your taxes are reduced from your income, what you get is your disposable income. You are free to spend the same on anything you want. So this is at any level of national income. As a result, the aggregate curve shifts downward at all levels of national income. In this figure, you can see that the effect of an increase in taxes on equilibrium income. If taxes rise by delta T from T0 to T1, the aggregate curve shifts downward from C1I G0 to C1I G1 to equilibrium point F. That is a new equilibrium point. Okay. This is due to the downward shift of the consumption schedule caused by an increase in taxes. We know that when there is an increase in taxes, your disposable income comes down. As a result of the same, your consumption would be coming down. Equilibrium income falls from Y0 to Y1, I mean the Y0 bar to Y1 bar. The fall in income per rupee increases in taxes is equal to the tax multiplier, minus b divided by 1 minus b. Thus, if taxes rise by delta t, equilibrium income falls by minus b1 minus b delta t. In the second panel, or the figure B, which is the the downward part in figure 8.12, we can have the saving plus taxes schedules shifting upward from S plus T0 to S plus T1. At the new equilibrium point, which is F, the national income Y1 is lower than it was in the original equilibrium point. In the original equilibrium point, the national income was Y0. Now it is lower than Y0, that is Y1. Okay. It may be noted that when the government imposes an additional tax of delta T1, the aggregate demand schedule will shift down because the expenditure has been coming down as a result of fall in income. So this is up to the extent of minus delta T, that is by less delta T, since the MPC or B is less than 1. MPC is a value which lies between 0 and 1. You have to understand that it always MPC lies between 0 and 1. The reason is that at a given level of income, 1 rupee increase in taxes reduces disposable income by 1 rupee, but reduces consumption spending by less than 1 rupee, since B is a value which is less than 1. The rest of the fall in the income by 1 rupee is absorbed by a fall in saving by MPS. MPS is equal to 1 minus MPC, that is MPS. Since it is MPC is equal to B, MPS is equal to 1 minus B. So this stands the fall in income, that is the resultant change in the case of MPS. Since a 1 rupee change in taxes would shift the aggregate curve by only a fraction, that is minus B of 1 rupee, the effect of a rupee increase or the 1 rupee increase in taxes on equilibrium income is minus B times the autonomous expenditure multiplier, that is equal to minus B by 1 minus B. There is a relationship between the absolute values of tax as well as government expenditure multipliers, which is shown here with an example. Here, when the multiplier is 0.5, we can see that here by applying the equation, we can see that it is coming to the when MPC is 0.5, the multiplier is coming to minus 1. When MPC is 0.8, the multiplier is coming to minus 4. So in each of the above two examples, tax multiplier is 1 less in the absolute value than the government expenditure multiplier, right? So this fact has an interesting implication for the effects of an equal increase in government spending and taxes, so that the budgetary balance is always maintained, that is equal to delta G is equal to delta T. If we add the two multipliers, in the case of balanced budget increases, that is an increase in government expenditure supported by an increase in taxes, we can find out the effects of such a combination of policy changes. Thus, we can see that a 1 rupee increase in government expenditure financed by a 1 rupee increase in tax increases the equilibrium income by exactly 1 rupee. This interesting result is known as a balanced budget multiplier. This brings into focus an interesting point. That means that tax changes have a smaller per rupee impact on equilibrium income than do changes in the case of government expenditure or investment. The value of the balanced budget multiplier is known as the unit budget multiplier, that is 1, because the tax multiplier is always 1 less than the autonomous government expenditure multiplier. This general result simply suggests that if both the government expenditure as well as the taxes increase by the same amount at the same time, so that the budgetary balance is maintained, equilibrium income increases exactly by the amount by which government expenditure and taxes increase in the first instance. When the budget of government is in balance, the government is said to be fiscally neutral. This means that fiscal policy has neutral effect on the economy, but this is not true. Even in the case of balanced budget increases, fiscal policy exerts considerable influence on the economy. How can we derive balanced budget multiplier? The central government budget is actually in balance when the current receipts are equal to the current expenditure. Keynes, however, showed how budgetary surpluses and deficit could be used to regulate the economy. A balanced budget does not necessarily have a neutral effect on the economy. For instance, if the government raises taxes, especially on the rich people, to give assistance to the poor, the budget would have a multiplier effect and generate additional income overall. This is because the propensity to save or consume of the rich is higher or lower than that of the poor. So we'll be continuing with the balanced budget multiplier topic. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel for more videos, and you can be a part of my Telegram group as well as Telegram channel to discuss your doubts. I'm happy to share that there have been many people who are benefiting out of the Telegram group and Telegram channel, which I have been mentioning right now. So they are actually discussing their doubts, getting clarifications. So it's actually they are telling that it is highly beneficial for them. And so you can be a part of my Telegram group and Telegram channel. I'll be providing the links of the same in the description box. That's all. Thank you for watching.